Assalamu alaikum and good morning again to all of my students and whoever is watching this video. I hope and pray that you all are feeling great, you're in good health, and you are feeling amazing. Another new day we are going through. I hope you're all enjoying the lectures, you're all enjoying the way you're learning, and we are working very hard to make all these videos for you so you can even learn and enjoy while you're learning. So that makes and helps you to retain that for the longer time so you can, even when you are discussing it with your friends or when you're in your school, you are the one who knows that already. So right now we are in our science class, and in our science class today, and as before, we are learning about the human body. Yes, we are learning about the human body. We are learning about the different systems of our body. We learned about the nervous system before. We learned about the digestive system, which is even very important part of our body, our life, our diet, because the way we eat, we have to be very careful because then our stomach has to work 24 hours a day. He's working if we are not watching our diet, right? Not eating properly. So we did that. And today we are going to learn about another very interesting system of our body. Yes, which I'm going to tell you, but before that I am going to share you a video with, so you're going to watch that video that is going to revise and reinforce which we are learning, along with the new concept which we will be introducing today. Okay, so I am going to share that video with you so that you are just going to have a look at that video before we start the new topic.
Assalamu alaikum, Junaid.
Walaikum assalam.
Let me brief you about organs today. I'm excited. So, skeleton made of bones. You see they're breaking down?
Wow.
Because if there are no muscles, they will break.
Yeah, muscles hold the bones.
Bones support muscles and skin.
Wow.
And they hold the bones together. Skull, did you see it? The brain lies in it. Gives you thinking power. This is your chest. In the front and middle of chest is your heart. It gives blood to all parts of body. Lungs. This gives you oxygen. Look, it's breathing in and out. And this is your tummy, little tummy. That is your stomach, which collects food for digestion. Now look at your entire body. There's brain in the skull, there's heart, and there's lungs and tummy.
Thank you, sir, for teaching me these body organs.
Yay, thank you very much for teaching us the body organs. And along with the body organs, they are running with the system, like the brain is running the nervous system, the stomach is running the digestive system. And today we are going to learn another new system of the body. What is that? Do you want to know what is that? Okay. Before I tell you what is that, first of all, I want you to do a little breathing exercise. Yes, yeah. Everybody, see, it's been a long time. We did not do a breathing exercise. So I want you to breathe a little. How do we breathe? Do we breathe from your mouth, or you do breathe from your ears or your nose? Yes, from your nose. You're going to breathe from your nose. Okay. So breathe. You're going to inhale, then you're going to keep it for 3 seconds, not more than that, because you have small tummy and you have small lungs. So you're not going to hold it for long. And then you will exhale. Remember, we used to do this exercise. So to have some more energy and oxygen. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Inhale, keep, exhale. Inhale, keep, exhale, right? One last time. Inhale, keep, exhale. And you see, the weather is changing. It's all summer outside. So it's wonderful inhaling all the oxygen, but be careful. Some of you can have pollen allergy. So please take care of yourself. Don't forget to wear the mask. So these are the little things which you should take care of it, right? So the pollen, maybe that hurts some of the people, but breathing this time, somebody time, it's so good to inhale for the body. Why it is important? Because we are learning about the respiratory system today. Yes, we respire. How do we do that? What is the part of the body which is helping us do that? What is that? I want to tell you. Now we are going to talk about, okay, I'm just going to show you the picture of that maybe. Do I have the picture of that? Yeah, I did. So what we are going to learn today about, what are these? You just saw in the video, yeah? Yes, these are our lungs, helps us breathe. Yeah, lungs helps us breathe. So we are going to learn all about the respiratory system today, right? So look at this. Now, what is the like the body parts which are related to that? The nose and the mouth and the trachea, you see, and then the lungs and the diaphragm, which is just under the lungs over here, right? Yes. So we are going to learn about the respiratory system, the system that helps us breathe. So have a look at that. Take a deep breath, fresh air feels good on a summer day, and air is all around us, and it is filled with what? The air is filled with, yes, it is filled with oxygen. Yeah. So you have to inhale to take a lot of oxygen. And alhamdulillah, we all have clear air these days. There's no smoke. We can breathe properly, right? So have a look at this. So when we move and walk and when we play, what do we need? We need oxygen. Yes, we need oxygen to use your brain, because this machine is working to help us do every single thing, and this machine needs oxygen. Now we need it to move our even arms and legs. We need oxygen to move our arms and legs, every part of our body that need oxygen to do any job. You see, when there is no oxygen, the hand feels sleepy, it's numb. We cannot feel that, we cannot move that. So every part of our body needs oxygen to move around, to do work, to do all the job we want to do, right? So our body takes in oxygen. How do we take in oxygen? Do we drink oxygen? We breathe oxygen. As we did the exercise, we breathe oxygen through our nose. How important is this, huh? So our body takes in oxygen by breathing, and our body keeps on breathing. Do we stop breathing anytime? Have you ever noticed that, okay, now I'm not going to breathe for 15 minutes. I'm tired. I don't want to breathe. Oh no, I cannot hold my breath. I have to breathe. The body needs breathing. The body is breathing every single minute. Like we are breathing. In a minute, we breathe, I think, more than 10, 15 times we are breathing, right? So, and this is the way we are getting the oxygen from the environment, right? Now, have a look at this. But our air has also carbon dioxide. it does not only have oxygen, it has carbon dioxide as well. And our body makes carbon dioxide, right? So have a look at this. When we breathe out, our body is getting rid of carbon dioxide. When we are breathing in, what we are getting? When we are breathing in, we are getting oxygen. And we are releasing the carbon dioxide. So see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a system. We only inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. We inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide, right? And then you hold your breath when you swim underwater. Have you swum underwater? Yes. When we go under the water, we hold a breath, because if you're going to breathe, the water will go inside our nose, right? So we can stay underwater for only a short time of period because we cannot hold our breath for so long. And why is it that? Because our body needs air all the time to move. That's the fuel of our body. We need air, we need clean air, we need oxygen, right? So we have to breathe. So that's why we cannot stay under the ground for long. Otherwise, we'll be dead. Okay. And now look at them. Now our lungs are the two spongy balloons that are inside our chest. The kind of balloons. And why balloons? Because we blow them and then with oxygen, and then we take out the carbon dioxide. Shoo, 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 shoo. We inhale. Right? So they fill up with air every time you breathe in, right? As I showed you. See, they're like a balloon, spongy balloon. Whenever we breathe from here, they are blown up like a balloon, and then air gets out, and then again at their position. So these are the lungs, right? Very, very important part of our body. Now, have a look at this. Now here you're going to see that how the air goes inside our body and how does this gets clean, because there are a lot of germs in the environment. When there is a sunlight coming through the window, if you pull the curtain, you can see the dust particles, very small dust particles, they're in the air. You must have seen that. And if not, just when it's the sunlight coming through the window, you just pull the curtains and you'll be able to see that, oh my God, there are lots and lots of germs which we inhale. Now what happens to them? Now have a look at this picture carefully. How does air, do you see this properly? Yes. How does air get to our lungs? Now first it comes into our body through the nose. Yes. And now what's inside the nose? Have you ever seen that? Yeah, there are tiny hairs and there is mucus, which is sometimes running down when we have flu and all. There's a mucus which is inside our nose. Now have a look at this. This is inside the nose. These are the tiny hairs which you can see, and a little of mucus, right? Can you see? This is inside our nose. The hair, this is the very, very zoomed picture of inside, right? Microscopic picture. So when we breathe, that air filters through our nose, right? So we have hair inside our nose, and also we have mucus. These hair and mucus that traps the dust, so it does not go into the body. Now our nose traps all dust. See? So, and then only the clean, the filtered air goes into our lungs. Amazing? Yes, that's so amazing. So now how does that travel? Now then And next, the air travels down a tube that is called trachea. Now, this is the trachea. Now, there are two tubes. There's one which is the esophagus, which takes the food, and the other is trachea. So have you ever noticed if a small particle of the food or maybe water or anything just touches the trachea, we start coughing. Our body starts working to throw that out. That does not have to go inside the trachea. That will be so deadly, right? So that goes down through the tube that is called trachea or windpipe. This is also called windpipe of our body, right? This is going down to the and linked to the lungs here, right? See, this is coming from nose, this is coming from mouth, and this windpipe is attached to the lungs. So your trachea splits into two tubes. Each tube goes to the two lungs. From here, it goes here and it goes here, right? So inside your lungs, the tube keeps splitting. They look like branches on an upside down tree. Now look at this. You see, this is now it has been put into small pieces, spread into small pieces. See, these are the small branches which help us breathe and take the oxygen to the entire lungs, that fill the lungs like a balloon and then take it out. Then fills it like a balloon and take it out, right? That's great. See, Allah Subhanahu has made all this amazingly. Now have a look at this, right? Now these are the group of tiny air sacs at the end of the branch. See, the windpipe is now into very small veins, like, and at the end there are these things which are called the air sacs. These are the small sacs, and at the end of the tube, see, they are called the air sacs. Now the air sacs fill up with air and they look like bunches of tiny grapes. Doesn't this look like a bunch of grapes? Yes. Now these air sacs, they look like bunches of tiny grapes, and there are more than 300 million air sacs in each of your lungs. Now, if you look back, now there are 300 millions of air sacs in each of the lungs. Amazing. Have you ever thought like this before? Shouldn't we say Alhamdulillah that Allah has made us so amazingly, right? Now we have more than 300 million air sacs in each of our lungs. Wow, that's so great. I'm so amazed and I'm so grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything He has made. So oxygen moves from the air sac into our blood, right? So through those air sacs, the oxygen is blending in our blood. Yes, because our blood needs oxygen to carry the food and carries the oxygen to the whole body. Remember? Yes, because our blood that carries oxygen all around our body, carbon dioxide from our body goes into the air sacs, and then that travels back to the tube and that get out from our mouth and nose. And that happens when we breathe out. See, Allah Ta'ala is so amazing. He has made everything so perfectly that we don't even know that when we are breathing in, the air, filtered air, goes inside our body, that is being cleaned and is being through our blood, the oxygen is going to our body, and the air sacs collect the carbon dioxide and throw back from our nose outside our body. See, you breathe thousands and millions of times a day, but you should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you should realize that how Allah Ta'ala has made all this system. Now look at this. I was telling you that there's a diaphragm under our lungs. So our lungs get very large when we inhale. See, it comes down. It becomes very enlarged. So there is a muscle under our lungs called the diaphragm. There is a muscle under our lungs that is called the diaphragm. It became flat to make room for the air in our lungs. And the diaphragm moves upwards when we exhale, and this helps push the air out of our lungs. Now, this muscle, this gets flat, so we can inhale the oxygen, and it comes back to just pull the carbon dioxide off our body. That is super amazing, right? How well connected is that respiratory system, which helps us breathe, right? So look at this, see? The diaphragm, it goes up and then it goes down, right? Now here is pushing up to throw the carbon dioxide up here, and here it is making space for the oxygen to the body, right? Okay, that's amazing. And there is another thing, sometimes the dust gets into our lungs. Somehow, maybe if you're breathing through a mouth, the dust gets through our lungs inside, and then we start coughing. And you know how important is that? And why? Because coughing is the way our body gets the dust out, right? When we cough, the body gets out, uh, the dust gets out of our body. So a cough is a burst of air that rushes from our lungs and get out from our mouth, right? When we cough, now that force pulls the dust out from our mouth. So see how important is the coughing? And in the same way, the sneezing is as important. And why it is that? So I'm just going to show you that sneezing is also very, very important. And because sneeze is the other way that your body gets rid of dust. Achoo! All the dusts here, which is maybe in the nose, here in the mucus, with the mucus, it's not filtered. When we sneeze, that everything, all the dust comes out. So that's why you have to cover your face, because that does not go on to other persons, or if there are any germs that will remain in the tissue or the paper towel, right? So air from our lungs burst out of our nose when we sneeze, and when we cough, that comes out from our mouth, the dust. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the system, if the dust gets inside our body, that can come out through our mouth as well, and that can even come out from our nose. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So every breath we take makes our body strong. Yay. Our lungs work hard to give our body the oxygen. And why? Because that is very important for us to live. See, we did needs and wants. So air is what we need to live. We cannot live without air and oxygen. There's no other way. So this is that our lungs, every breath we take makes our body strong, and that helps our lungs to work even harder for us, and that our body needs oxygen to live. So we have to breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe to live happily, right? Okay, so that was the system which we have discussed today, the respiratory system. So there are a couple of things which we which were new to you today, and we have introduced them. First of all, I told you about the air sacs. What is the air sac? There are many air sacs in the lungs, more than 300 million in every single lung. So what are air sacs? Air sacs are the tiny balloons that are inside our lungs, kind of like a bunch of grapes. Yes, but they're very tiny. We can even see with the microscope, then we can see that. And what is the carbon dioxide? The part of the air which our body does not need. And that's why the body throws it out. Then coughing. What does that do? A burst of air from from the lungs through our mouth. Coughing is the burst of air that is coming through our lungs and getting out of our mouth. Okay. And what is diaphragm? What is diaphragm? Diaphragm is a muscle. Yes. Diaphragm is a muscle that is under our lungs, which makes space for air and that pulls the carbon dioxide get out of our body, right? Then exhale. What is exhale? Taking out the air. And what is inhale? Taking the air, the oxygen inside your body. Yes. Acha. Another thing I told you, one more thing, that was mucus. What is mucus? Mucus is a sticky material that is inside your nose, right? Now, you're not going to touch that or take it out, right? What you have to do is that you can ask your doctor when you visit your doctor. You are going to ask that, right? And then ask him to let you see your mucus where it is, or maybe he can show you the picture of that, right? So, and oxygen, the very important part of our body, right? Uh, and sneezing, that is the burst of air that it goes from our nose. And what is the trachea? The tube from our mouth to our lungs, the windpipe. What is trachea? The windpipe, that is the tube from our mouth to our lungs, right? So that's great. This was our numeracy. Oh, sorry. This was a science class right now, and we have learned about respiratory system. And this is a wonderful video. I really like doing it because that has showed me my body system to me, and I got to know that how amazing is all of our bodies and the systems. And I'm so very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us so much. So this is the end of this class. I'm going to say goodbye from this class, and I'll see you in the next class, inshallah. Till then, stay safe, be happy, and please, please, please. There are all the reasons to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what we have, right? So I'm going to say goodbye and Allah Hafiz.